How has another week flown by already? Yes, that's right. Somehow a week has passed and here we are filling you in again on the In the Know, which is our way of keeping parents up to date with current affairs in 10 slides or less. So let's take a look at what has had us buzzing over the last week. First up, scientists discover a possible cause for endometriosis. In a potentially huge breakthrough for endo sufferers, scientists have discovered a possible link between the chronic disease and a bacteria that can be commonly found in the mouth and gastrointestinal tract. Now, endometriosis affects 10% of women worldwide, and treatment options, as you know, are fairly limited due to the mystery surrounding the actual cause. Now, in a study published this week, some Japanese researchers did some sampling with 155 women, including 79 endometriosis patients, and they discovered through vaginal swabs that in less than 10% of the healthy women who had the bacteria, a whopping 64% of the women with endometriosis tested positive for it in their uterine lining. Now, this finding could potentially suggest that the condition can be treated with antibiotics. Can you imagine? But of course, far more research is currently needed. The scientists and reproductive health professionals are calling this one a very exciting discovery. Now, in very exciting entertainment news, Taylor Swift is coming for us. Now, if your little one loves Taylor Swift as much as our daughter does, or perhaps you're a Swiftie yourself, and you would have no doubt heard that the singer is heading down under for her Eras tour. Now, Taylor's going to be hitting our shores next Feb, but the top tier tickets we heard are selling for an eye-watering $1,250. I tell you what, my daughter better start saving. But of course, there are other budgeted options with $79 for the nosebleed section. Can you imagine? Now, the first tickets go on pre-sale on June 26th, so do not contact me on that day. I'll be hitting refresh. And of course, the general public will be available on June 30. Judging by what happened in the US though, when Ticketmaster had to cancel the public sale of the tour due to extreme demand, you might want to be very swift on the day of sale. Now, here's a good news story. Andrew Tate has formally been charged with sex crimes. Not for the victims, of course, but it is the prosecutors in Romania who have finally charged social media influencer Andrew Tate, his brother Tristan, and 2 other suspects with human trafficking and forming a criminal gang to sexually exploit women. And Tate himself has also been charged with rape. Tate rose to prominence due to his misogynic nature of his social media posts. He gave even more notoriety after fleeing the United Kingdom and relocating to Romania following an investigation into the influencer for his alleged child abuse. Tate later claimed that Romania's softer sexual assault laws were 40% of the reason he had relocated. The trial of Tate and his cohorts is not expected to begin immediately, and all suspects are maintaining their innocence. And in tragic news, more than 300 people die in Kenyan starvation cult. Tragic news broke this week that more than 300 people had died of starvation in Kenya after following the instruction of a cult leader who told them it would enable them to meet Jesus. Authorities say the victims were members of the Good News International Church, led by Paul Mackenzie, who is accused of ordering his followers to starve themselves and their children to death so that they could go to heaven before the end of the world. The death toll is expected to rise further as more bodies are exhumed from the mass graves near where Mackenzie and his victims live. Meanwhile, 65 followers who still refuse to eat after being rescued have been charged with attempted suicide and have been ordered by the court to undergo psychiatric evaluation. Now, last week you might remember we told you about Bella Montoya, who was that woman in Ecuador who frightened her family when she knocked on her coffin during her wake. Now, Bella, who was 76, had been incorrectly declared as deceased on June 9, prompting her family to hold a memorial for her. Unfortunately, Bella has now passed away for real, with her son Gilbert Barbera saying that his life will never be the same again. Rest easy, Bella. Now, this certainly is the end of an era, with Fantails to be discontinued. Yep, this is our What the Story of the week, because beloved chocolate lolly Fantails are no more. This iconic Aussie lolly has been experiencing declining sales. Like you, we are sad to say goodbye. I can tell you Fantails have been a prominent feature in our office. They always sit there in the glass jar, so I'm definitely going to be stocking up for the team. The sweets, which launched in 1930, are expected to be available until July though, so if you want to stockpile some like me, go ahead, you've got a month to do it.